Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever really thought about that incredible highway system running inside you at this very moment? You know, your circulatory system. Well, today, we're going to look at two totally different roadmaps for how blood gets around, single versus double circulation. So, let's get right into it.
So let me start by asking you a question. For your blood to make one full, complete trip around your body, how many times does it actually have to pass through your heart? The answer might not be what you think. And honestly, it's the key to understanding everything we're about to cover.
Okay, so first things first, let's nail down the basics. What even is blood circulation? Well, the best way to think about it is as your body's ultimate, non-stop delivery system. Your blood is literally always on the move, flowing through this huge network of vessels. Think of them like a massive superhighway. And the heart, well, that's the engine, the powerful pump that just keeps all that traffic flowing day in and day out. So what's all this traffic actually carrying? It really has two main jobs. First, it's a delivery service. It drops off all the good stuff like oxygen and nutrients to every single cell. And at the same time, it's a waste collection service, picking up things like carbon dioxide and other junk that your body needs to get rid of. But here's the thing, not all of these circulatory highways are built the same way. Let's start with the simpler version, what we call the one-loop journey. You find this in animals like fish, and it's called single circulation.
And the biggest clue is right there in the name, single. In this system, for blood to make one full circuit around the body, it passes through the heart only one time. Now that is the single most important detail to remember for your exams. Just once.
Okay, so what does this one-loop journey actually look like? Well, first, the heart pumps out deoxygenated blood. That's blood that's low on oxygen. This blood then travels to the gills to pick up a fresh supply of oxygen. From there, the newly oxygenated blood travels to the rest of the body to make all its deliveries. And finally, that used up deoxygenated blood makes its way back to the heart, and boom, the loop is complete. So, to quickly recap the key points for single circulation, the blood passes through the heart just once per cycle. We see it in fish. And, importantly, because the blood loses a lot of pressure as it squeezes through the tiny gills, the whole system operates at a lower pressure, which makes it slower and, you guessed it, less efficient. All right, now let's level up. Let's look at the more complex, much more powerful system that we find in mammals, like us. This is called double circulation, and it's a brilliant two-loop design that's a pretty major upgrade. The key here, the magic number, is 2. In a double circulation system, for every single trip the blood makes around the body, it passes through the heart not once, but twice. And how does it do that? Well, it's because we have two completely separate loops, or circuits. First up is the pulmonary circuit. Think of this as a quick trip to the gas station. The heart sends deoxygenated blood to the lungs to grab oxygen, and then it comes right back to the heart. Then there's the systemic circuit. This is the main journey, where that fresh oxygen-rich blood gets pumped from the heart at super high pressure to the rest of the body before it returns to the heart again. So you might be thinking, okay, 2 loops sounds a lot more complicated. Why even bother? Well, it all comes down to one thing, a massive advantage in efficiency and power. First off, this system keeps the oxygen-rich blood and the oxygen-poor blood completely separate. There's no mixing, which is way more efficient. But here's the really cool part. Because the blood returns to the heart after visiting the lungs, the heart gets to give it a second, really powerful pump. This sends it blasting out to the body at a much higher pressure, making sure that oxygen gets everywhere it needs to go, and fast. It's what allows us to have so much energy. All right, now for the part you'll probably want a screenshot for your revision notes. Let's put these two systems side by side for a direct, totally exam-ready comparison. This table just lays out the differences so perfectly. Let's run through it. Hard passes, once for single, twice for double. Easy enough. Blood separation. In a single loop, there's a chance of mixing, but in the double loop, nope, they're kept completely separate. And that leads right to the next points, blood pressure and efficiency. Single is low pressure and less efficient. Double is high pressure and way more efficient. And finally, the examples. You've got fish for the simple system, and then birds and mammals like us for the advanced one.
Okay, let's wrap this up by tackling a classic exam question, one that you're very likely to see. Why exactly is double circulation considered so much more advantageous than single circulation?
Here is your perfect 3-point answer. 1. It prevents the mixing of oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor blood.
2. It allows blood to be pumped out to the body at a much higher pressure. And 3. This high-pressure flow ensures that oxygen gets to all our body tissues super efficiently, which is what supports a high-energy lifestyle.
So, let's end with this one powerful thought. Double circulation is this incredibly efficient system designed to give our bodies the massive amounts of energy and oxygen we need to live our active lives. It's truly a masterpiece of biological engineering, and it's the crucial difference between a simple one-loop journey and our complex, powerful figure-8 ride.